an extra. So there's 9 people from 9 individuals from BAFA here today. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. I'm Steve Price. I will be half of the commentary crew today and the cameraman, and the other half is my man T.
Hey, how
T,
you doing?
I don't even know your surname. Coach T, I'm going to call him.
I'll take it.
So T is a. Oh, there we go. We just wait for the. So Bristol won the toss and deferred. They're going to receive the ball and try to score from right to left as we look at the field here today. Sorry, T.
Yes.
Introduce yourself, mate.
My name is Tio Julia, defensive coordinator for the UE Bullets, defensive tackle for the Bristol Aztecs. Been around the game a while.
Why are you on the field today then?
Some injuries to deal with.
Yeah.
So it just means I have the opportunity to be in the booth with you today.
Oh, that's nice of you. So I just popped up the, this is a new thing for us,
Okay.
the actual league table, and we can see the Cambridgeshire Cats are 0-5 going into this game, and the Bristol Aztecs are 3-1. Those that sort of know the league will know today that we're expecting probably a bit of a one-sided affair. We've done a head count of the Cats sideline, and we believe there are 22 kitted players, which is the minimum number to start a game.
Right.
So it doesn't bode well, I must admit. I don't know. I hasten to sort of criticise, but it's not a good look, is it?
It isn't, but you always have to be quite grateful and tip your hat to players who come out to come and play. Yeah. Regardless of the numbers, they want to go and get it done. They enjoy the game, they pay to play, and here they are.
Yeah, so we got number 9, Will Browning, ready to kick off for the Cats. Back to return, have we got back to return?
Yeah, we've got Tim Lucas and Darius St. Robinson. So Tim Lucas Fields is running straight down the middle, goes towards the right. He's gone past a few people. He might be taking it all the way. He gets down at about the 43. So the offense will be starting at the 43-yard line.
So you're on the squad this year. You know this team quite well, this Bristol Aztecs side.
Apologies. That looks like they're putting it down at about the 38.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
No, yeah. So yeah, and by the way, we're a 90-yard field, so 45-yard halfway line.
Yeah.
So who are the standout players for you on this team this year?
So today, obviously we've got our QB Ethan Gretzinger being protected by some awesome O-linemen. You have William Bunce and Ibs, both of who have represented GB Lions, as well as Tom Levick coming back, who we're excited to have back today. Okay, so we have Noah Clack going in motion. This is going to be a handoff, and he gets stuffed right in the backfield. Number 51, that's going to be Kelly Charles.
What a play there. And a statement of a play to start the game with. We'll just get the replay going here, but you can see Charles comes off the left side there, just completely untouched into the backfield, and driving the ball carrier back till the whistle goes. Not a big loss as I thought on that. About a 6-yard loss, so 2nd and 16. Let's see what Bristol can do here. Great first play for the Cats.
That was really good. Here we go. So this Ethan drops back. He's going to take a shot to Darius Robinson over the side, just overthrown. And that was covered perfectly by Mika Bell.
What a player he is.
Early opportunity to say his name and say his name correctly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hopefully Mika's dad's watching. He was watching the game last Sunday, 6 days ago, I think it's Mika. Mika. You're going to say Mika?
I'm going to go with Mika,
okay,
unless I'm
I think it's Mika, but yeah, we'll say Mika. We'll go with what T's saying. So yeah, and he had a hell of a game last week against the Cats.
Cambridge list, and there's some updates for the Aztecs that you wouldn't have had on your list. 2 players that have jerseys on.
So we can just see him, Noah going in motion again.
All right, Ethan drops back to pass. There's a flag that's probably going to be holding. Ethan escapes the pocket, is going to take off towards the sideline, gets out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
No.
Well, I get 43.
Yes.
My bad.
Well, you were right on a 100-yard field.
I'm getting used to that.
Give yourself a break. So, guys, we can see the comments coming in. We will interact. We will put some stuff on screen. So please let us know who you're backing today, who you want to win, and if you've got any loved ones that you want to shout out for. And so it was a legal motion. So what happened there was that Noah was
Yes.
coming towards the line of scrimmage.
So when you're motioning, you have to stay lateral. You cannot start to go forward. And you would have to think that the offense are going to be going for another pass here. Seeing Tim Lucas and just out of his reach.
And that brings on, surprisingly for me, that would be a 3 and out. So hell of a start from the
So
the
you've
Cats
got
defense here.
Ollie Luck, who's going to be back there punting. Aztecs goes out at about the 20, about the 15.
15, yeah. Giving us some love. Thank you.
Okay, the Cats offense, ball's gone. 19.
That's a solid first
That's
play.
KJ.
9-yard run. That's a great run on a first down.
Oh, that's 9.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
second
there we
and
go.
one.
So we got second and short for the Cats. Oh, you're going to get a flag coming in.
Number 27 on the tackle there. Adam.
Personal foul, grasping the helmet open.
So they get a first down on their first drive. I mean, they're
To have a ref explain what that means.
yeah. I've not known that. We might have a referee watching and.
If anybody knows what grasp. Ryan Davis, number 44, at linebacker. He takes his back, taking it back about 10 yards, getting down to the 30. Gets down to about season.
Sorry, I can just see people are saying that there's some buffering issues. I can see that happening. Give me a sec, guys. Let me see if I can. Yeah, they. Well, we don't know, but I'm just trying to. Yeah. Let me just. I'm going to pause or attempt to fix the connection issue here now.
Huh?
It's paused. Oh, not quite. I've just paused the live stream because it.
Joey off to the outside. He gets the first down, running through. Takes about 3 Cambridgeshire Cats to bring him down. And they've gotten the first down. It's going to be first and goal at about the 6-yard line from the looks of things. 7-yard line, first and goal for the Aztecs.
So yeah, sorry for connectivity issues, guys. We should be sorted now. Someone's put grasping the helmet is the same as a face cage. It's illegal to pull on any part of the open helmet.
Okay, so we get Noah Clack in motion. They build trips, and that's a handoff straight to Joe. We saw this in practice. Joey's going to take that in for a touchdown. The Aztecs go up 6-0. Great job by number 31, Joey.
And, scoring off of that turnover, which is
so
always good to see.
Unfortunately, you guys didn't see that, but we had Brian Davis, a.k.a. Ginge. He's actually one of the coaches for the GB women's team who have a couple fixtures this year that we're excited about. I believe they're playing against Spain and playing against Finland this year. That kick is blocked by Mika Bell. Ollie Luck recovers it. That kick is no good.
And so after the second drive for the Aztecs, the score is now 6-0 to the Aztecs, and the Aztecs will now kick off for the second time.
Just have to say, there's been some standout players as well already for the Cats. Mika Bell, we said his name a couple times.
Yeah.
Also Kelly Charles Kelly, I've been saying that wrong, my bad. Kelly's his surname. Charles Kelly made a few tackles as well, had that tackle for loss very early on. So Aztecs defense come into play.
Coming here saying we nearly ruined his Saturday night. I'm glad we saved it, mate. It would have ruined my Saturday night too, mate. It would have pissed me right. You haven't driven an hour and a half to be here. But glad we got it sorted. The equipment we use sometimes just decides to shit itself, and it did today.
It's all right. We appreciate the good work that you're doing.
We're all good.
So we've got Ollie as the kicker. Puts that one up. That's going to be fielded by Mika Bell. He's taken off to his left. Looking like he's found a spot, being tracked down.
Over the
he's
halfway
going to be tackled by Tom.
That's a fantastic return
Thomas
for them.
Bowering with the tackle.
And like I said to you, didn't I? Watch out for him. He's
Yeah.
a danger man for them. Already blocked a punt and then showing his chops there as a return man, as a dangerous return man, getting the Cats into Aztecs territory for the first time. I know we're early in the game, but still. And the ball is on the
41.
Aztecs 41 yard line.
Okay, the Cats break the huddle. They're going doubles, 2x2. We've got KJ in the backfield with Allen at QB. Get a motion, drops back to pass. Looking to hit KJ in the flats right there. Nice little quick throw to the running back.
Just a little bit overthrown, wasn't it? It was, I don't know. There was a little bit of pressure. The pocket was closing a bit. But,
Yeah, the Aztecs do have a really good defensive line. Obviously, I'm a bit biased there as being one of them.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, the pressure's coming. I mean, look, I think we're going to get to the point where we're going to have to see Allen really let the ball go. They line up in doubles again. There we go. That ball's handed off to KJ. He's looking for a crease, gets gang tackled. First person to bring him down there is Jameer Stanley, number 61, stand out from the UE Bullets.
Another Bullets player, is he?
Yes, he is.
So that brings up 3rd down and 8.
Yep.
Ball is on the 39 yard line. And as I said, I just repeat again, we've got a lot of referees here today. With it being a Saturday, they're all available. And I'm concerned that will result in a lot of flags being thrown today. For things like holding an open helmet, whatever.
Yeah, in an
Stuff
opening,
we've never
here we
heard
go.
about before.
So that ball's going to be thrown out. A screen. He's broken one tackle. That's number 3, Aaron Wheatley. But we get a flag come down on the Aztec sideline.
Right.
That looks like it's going to be offside.
And it is offside. 27, that's Woodward. Look at him a minute, just trying to avoid the camera. I'm just going to zoom right in on him because he knows better, doesn't he?
He does know better. He does know better. And I believe he was responsible for the helmet opening flag.
Was it? Yeah. I'm not going to hold that against him either. I can't. I don't agree. I don't know what the penalty is. It's a made-up one. Just for this game. They made it up.
I will say it's the first time I've heard it. But,
Yeah.
We'll just call it, we'll say it was basically a face cage.
It's a yeah, that's what we have to, yeah.
Cats break the huddle. They've got about 3 yards to make a first down on this. They're sending number 18 in motion. That's Tyreek. That ball's going to be handed up to KJ. Again, do they make the first down? Looks like they're short. Looks like that's actually for no gain. So it's going to be 4th and 3. Do the Cats decide to go for it? Or do they try and kick?
Well, I saw the game last week, and they didn't. They chose not to go for a field goal to.
Here we
to
go.
win the
So
game.
we've got their QB still
But
in the game.
Their QB could do a little pooch punt. Maybe that's what they're going to go for.
Potentially, I think they go for it here. What is there to lose?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Timeout on the Cats. And we should, if we can hear the referee from in, he's been shouting quite a lot, which is good. I mean, projecting quite well, should I say. We should be able to hear how much time's left in the quarter.
Perfect. Yeah. So 6 minutes 41 seconds. Shout out to this ref.
This referee is
He's
quality.
projecting his
Yeah.
voice. He doesn't have a microphone, but we can hear him
It's
very
windy
clearly.
here. Like the wind's blowing quite
He's
strong.
doing a great job.
Yeah,
So that's a timeout
yeah.
taken by Cambridgeshire.
This might be my new favourite BAFA ref.
Do we know his name?
No.
Is it possible to have a favorite ref?
Yeah, it is for me. He's my favourite. Are you saying that's an oxymoron?
Huh?
Is that what you're saying?
I didn't know. It feels a bit oxymoronic, to be honest.
Oh, well, there we go. I'm putting it out there. I'm changing the script.
So
He's facing us. He's
that
shouting.
Last tackle
Yeah.
was a tackle for loss, as it looks like they've gone
Yeah.
back 2 yards.
Yeah, it's about 4th and 4, isn't it? It looks like here.
But the offense is still out there.
Yep.
Still got KJ in the backfield with Allen at QB. That ball's gone out. Have they made the first down? Tackle made
That
by
looks
Tom
good.
Seeger. The target there was Tom. And that
And
has
they
been
do
called a
get a
first
first down.
down. So the Cambridgeshire Cats have risked it, and they've been rewarded.
Someone's talking about Josh Rickett's drip here, the orange undershirt. I like it.
I mean, yeah, you know.
Do you know what I don't like? It's baggy. He should have a tighter fit.
Nah,
But other than that-
baggy's part of the drip.
Nah,
Baggy's part of the drip.
that's a winter drip. In the summer.
I mean, the
in summer
weather doesn't feel.
Yeah. It's not sunshine.
It was quite
but
cold
it's
right
not winter.
now. All right, so first and 10 at the Aztecs 29-yard line.
We've got the ref
They
flag.
line
I
up
will
in
bring
trips.
it up shortly.
There we go. That's a pass. That's a screen. That's a one-handed grab by Mika Bell, but he is gang tackled, led by Ricketts. Josh Ricketts, who people don't like his undershirt.
Yeah, well, that's what you get. You upset
Jed
Ricketts now.
Brooks Lewis.
Yes, Jed Brooks Lewis is the White Cat ref. I'm not gonna say we. I love Jed. He's my favourite. Jed's now my favourite. Oh, the ref is Pete. We don't know who it is. It's either Jed or Pete.
We're hearing certain things. So that ends up as a tackle for loss, a loss of about 3 yards. But that was a great grab by Mika Bell.
Yeah. Someone's asked how many Bristol Aztecs are on the sideline. I don't know, 30 on the sideline?
I mean, it's a home game. What do you expect?
Yeah. Everyone's here. And there's a lot of fans as well. I'll zoom in on the stand shortly, but let's get this play out of the way. 2nd and 12.
Yes.
Ball on the 35-yard
Get a
line.
motion. That ball's gone out to the pass. They throw to the flats. Hit
Nice
KJ
play.
out in the flats. Now he's got a burst of speed.
Yeah.
Managed to gets round.
Lovely burst of speed
Ricketts. That was a nice little change of pace, and he's picked up about he's picked up almost the 12 yards. Picked up about 11 yards on that run.
there. Raoul here not knowing what he's talking about, but whatever. You guys saying these long sleeves are the way forward.
I agree.
I know I'm cool with long sleeves, Raoul. I think it should be tighter.
Nah, the baggy's the way forward.
Yeah,
baggy's always
we're not
been
talking
the
about
way.
long sleeve here. We're talking about baggy versus loose
That's
fit.
what he's saying. Baggy long sleeve.
Oh, he's saying baggy. Sorry. Yeah. No, you're wrong, Raoul.
Here we go. So this is with about 1 yard to go. Cats offense, break the huddle. It's going to be throwing the ball out. There we go. Mika Bell.
Go on,
That
Bell.
ball is thrown behind Mika Bell, and he
That
comes up
adjustment was
with
lovely.
a great grab. Mika Bell is definitely the person to watch out for this game.
Yeah, he's a
We've
great
been calling
player.
his name non-stop.
Yeah, I was last week, mate. Constantly just saying his name. He's so good. But that gets them 1st and goal from that's about the 8-yard line from what we can see where the
Yep.
ref stood. So great drive here from the Cats. Getting that 4th down conversion was a big deal, and we may see some points on the board here from the Cats.
There we go. That's going to be a pass. And that ball is caught by Aaron Wheatley. Do we have a signal?
Yeah,
That's
we've
a
got
touchdown.
one. That's a touchdown. This game
That's a touchdown.
This game has been equalised. We've
Yeah,
leveled.
I mean, we're at 6-6.
I think someone's saying he's got to match the shade of orange. I think that is a pretty good match, man.
You know, that was a
That's a good
methodical
match.
drive by the Cambridgeshire Cats.
That's a great drive.
They
You know what? And
started
that's-
with great field position from the return by Mika Bell.
Flag here from Jed Pete.
breaking-
Jed Peterson or Pete Jedison. I don't know what his real
That's
name is.
breaking the huddle with 12 from the looks of things, with
Yeah.
the player running off.
We'll just wait for the announcement.
They've completed passes to KJ in the flats. They've hit Mika Bell a couple times, and then they finish that off with Aaron Wheatley with the grab for the touchdown. Contested, he was getting hit a couple times, held onto that ball pretty well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
That's a very impressive drive.
So and Wheatley TD scorer is another name I was calling out a lot last week when I covered their game against the Cats. Cheaters, sorry, they are the Cats. Anyway, let's see how this extra point goes. How nice, up in the air, they're going to go ahead.
And that is
They take the lead.
the Cambridgeshire Cats, all 22 of them, taking
All
the lead.
22 of the Cambridgeshire Cats have taken the lead here against the Bristol Aztecs in the first quarter. I am going to just take this time to zoom in on the crowd. we've got here. We're in the venue is Dings RFC, Dings Crusaders Rugby Club. Really nice venue, probably one of the best in Britball at the moment. And we've got a really nice crowd here. We've got obviously a nice lot of people watching, and you know, we've got a bit of frustration. I can hear from the sidelines here.
I mean, I think, you know, it's fair. But that's honestly a great drive, great play design. Yeah. Good work by the QB as well. I have to give him his props. I've been saying everyone else's name but him, but he completed at least four passes during that drive, which is probably 4 of about 6.
Yeah.
I wasn't counting, but I think that's close to it. Ends up in a touchdown that goes to him. He's thrown a pick and a touchdown today.
It's 1-on-1. Oh yeah. I'll wait. Actually, I'll do it now. See I noticed on the sideline, we've got Mark Moss there, of London Blitz fame, in the Cats hoodie in the middle of the screen.
That's Coach Mark Moss.
Yeah, Mark Moss. I was saying hello, said hello to him before the game. So yeah,
that's my former head coach.
Oh, is it? Of
yeah,
course.
I played for the London Blitz for 4 years. That's my former head coach.
Yeah, of course.
So we've got Will Browning kicking off for the Cambridgeshire Cats. And that ball is going. Tim Lucas is fielding that in the end zone, attacking the right-hand side. And he gets brought down.
Lovely. Really great fielding there.
At the 15-yard line, at the Aztecs 15-yard line.
Really nice field coverage there from the Cats kicking team. Sorry, I can hear the players shouting on the sideline. You may be picking up on the mic. Sorry if you do pick up some foul language. We are an adults broadcast, but yeah, we do try to keep the profanity to a minimum.
Okay, so the Aztecs offense, we've got Simon Alaifa, SGS player. He won the MVP for the one of the finals this year. So he takes some snaps. Takes some snaps today. Get a handoff to him. He takes that into the open field. He makes one man miss, and he's still going. He picks up the first down. It's taken 2 players to bring him down. Number 24 tackles him. That's going to be Chris Woods. Simon with a great carry. 1 carry, 1 first down. Love that.
Oh, was that his first carry of the game?
That's his first carry of the game. So we had...
That's not bad going.
Joey was taking the carries in the first drive.
Right.
He ends up scoring a touchdown. Now we have Simon in.
So that was a 14-yard gain. So they're now 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Their own 29-yard line, the Aztecs here.
That's another carry. That's another handoff. Simon has made someone hit the turf. Love that. That's some great physical running by Simon. Gets about 5 yards on that carry. Tackled again by Chris Woods. Love it when I see a safety getting involved.
Yeah. Coming down. Just putting the head in it. So 2nd and 5 now.
Or is he a linebacker? My apologies. He's a linebacker. There we go. So that's going to be a pass out, screen pass to Tim Lucas. There we go. You got bunts out in the open field, and we pick up the first down.
So was that must have been like a design wide screen, was it?
Yeah, so you would have had nice little release by the left tackle to go and pick up the corner, match up that no corner would really like. We get Tim Lucas bumping into our left tackle a little bit, but we still pick up the first down.
You can't call that a matchup, that's a mismatch.
It's a matchup we like.
Yeah. A tackle against the corner. It's big size difference there. But they're now
lining up in trips to the right-hand side.
They're now just inside Cats territory at the 43-yard line.
Okay. It's going to be a pass to the outside to Darius St. Robinson. It's 2-on-2 violence. So we get Mika Bell tackling Darius St. Robinson. But it looks like that is a first down. The referees just called that as a first down. Oliver Kent. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow.
Yeah, compliment there.
Oh, my gosh.
See?
Appreciate you, Oliver Kent.
This is what he's gushing about here.
All right, so we've got 2 back, Noah and Simon in the backfield with Ethan Gretzinger. There we go. Noah goes out in motion to build trips. That ball's thrown out to Noah, so it looks like it's a big screen game today.
Yeah.
Nice quick play, screen game. We're going to try and get people out in space.
You're going to get, by throwing the ball out wide, you're going to get these guys running on this defense and just tire them out. They're playing, some of these players will be playing Iron Man here today, right?
100%.
It's not that they're going to have 11 on, 11 off offense, defense.
No,
They've got special
not
teams
at all.
to contend with.
You know, if you keep on throwing it out like you're saying, you spread them laterally, and then we're going to have those running backs who are going to come in waves, who are taking up the wood, or you take out players from the middle, take out players from the box to defend the guys on the outside. Aztecs line up in trips. Trips to the left-hand side. Got Tim Lucas and Darius St. Robinson on the outside. 2nd and 4. There you go. Ethan to Tim Lucas.
And that's a completion for a first down, it seems. We'll just wait for the referees to signal it. Yeah,
they're going to signal that as a first down, so that's a nice quick play. Seems like something a bit different from the Aztecs today. A lot of quick game going on. And I believe that we have a different play caller today as well. Today is Rian Hudson's debut.
Why is T using my full government name?
Because it says your full government name, Oliver Kent.
We've got Simon played under 16 football 2 years ago. This the player for the Cats, I think, is who they're talking about. Are they?
No, Simon Alifa, number 21 running back. And that looks like that's the end of the first quarter. The score is 7-6 to the Cambridgeshire Cats, who've travelled with 22 to sunny Bristol.
And a bit of love here for Bunce. Keep on loving the commentary.
It's good fun.
It's nice. Yeah, commentary is fun.
What I was saying earlier, Rian Hudson.
Yeah.
I know he helped out quite a bit with the offense at the UE Bullets.
Right.
But today is his first day calling a game.
Ah, right.
So he's calling the offense for the first time, which might be why we're seeing a lot of. I take it back, get him off the mic.
Oliver Kent. We have to just keep calling it now because he's kicked off.
That's Superman's cousin. Superman's first cousin. Okay, so we have the Aztecs at the 20, at the Cats 20, looking to put another score on the board. That's the ball thrown out. That is just off the fingertips of Noah Clack. I know who said he is. This is a Warriors defensive lineman, Cedric.
Is that who it is?
Yeah, so Cedric and I were on a podcast together along with Junior and Nelson. The Stance Brit Bowl.
You do a Brit Bowl podcast?
Yes, we
I didn't know about this.
We've done 2 episodes so far. You can find it on YouTube, Playmakers Alleys.
Send us the link.
Yeah, we will do. We will do.
We'll give you guys a shout out. Good.
Okay, here we go. That ball's handed off. It looks like a counter play. That ball's handed off to Simon. Simon staving off the tackle from Chris Woods, but is eventually brought down by Jonas Bastian. Simon Alifa, young guy. He's on the GB Under-19 team. I believe he's going to be going out to Canada as well to play in the CJFL.
Nice. And that brings up, that's a good about 3 yards, about third and 6, 3rd and 7. It's hard to sort of tell from this angle, but
this looks like it would be 4-down territory for the Aztecs as well.
Yeah. I think anywhere on the pitch.
2 by 2. Ethan takes the snap. He receives pressure. He rolls out to his left. It looks like he's going to pick up that first down. And there's a flag. There's going to be a flag for holding on an Aztecs receiver. I'm going to call it now. It's probably going to be holding by Ben Shaw. Overzealous in his blocking.
Yeah, referee just getting ready to do the whole...
We're definitely going to hear the voice of the referee.
Yeah. Booming voice. Hopefully he picks up on the mics. 2. On the defense, they're offset. The 3rd down.
Okay, so we get a holding on the offense, number 83, and we also get an offside on the defense. These penalties are going to be offset, so they're going to be replaying 3rd down. That's a great break for the Aztecs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but yeah, what we did get to see, even though that it didn't count, but was the dual threat of this QB, and I see it. We did the live stream game against Amsterdam here. We saw him there. You know,
Ethan Gretzinger. He's deceptively fast, but he will break the pocket and go for it.
Yeah, and I love seeing that.
Okay, so he drops back to passes, receiving pressure. That ball is secured by Darius St. Robinson, DSR.
Ooh.
ELF, one-time ELF All-Star, Darius St. Robinson. That's a great connection between the two of them. And they move the chains. First down, that's going to be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Do any of the Pride boys play for the Aztecs? Yeah.
Yes, Simon Alifa.
Adam Woodward as
Adam
well.
Woodward. You've got Marcelo, who plays for
Marcelo.
him. There's a good few. Uchenna Abassi is a graduate from SGS. George Rhymes is a graduate from SGS. Ashe, Joe McGovern, Ryan Davies.
Ryan Davies, yeah.
No. But Ashe and Joe McGovern, both DBs. And there we go, Simon Alifa, SGS boy, tumbles into the end zone.
And there is
touchdown.
Signal for a
That's
touchdown.
another run for 6.
And they're going for 2, I can hear from the sideline, which makes sense, right? You want to make up for that one that you didn't get.
And that's a nice long drive by the Aztecs.
Yeah.
Pushing the ball down. They may have had a break with the offset and penalties.
Yeah.
But the throw to DSR will not be denied. That was a good way to move the chains. And you've had Simon with quite a few yards, quite a few carries, and finishes off with a touchdown.
Yep. So have you got a score prediction for this game, T?
Well, I would have started off with saying 50-0, but the 0's gone.
From this point onwards.
That is going to be...
There's a little bit of a protest.
The ref looked like she was going to throw the flag.
She said it was uncatchable.
She started with holding her flag.
That wasn't uncatchable.
Because she knows that DB was all over Tim Lucas.
The ball hit the player. That's not an uncatchable ball.
Well, you know, the referees have their ways.
Whatever.
That wasn't uncatchable.
Jed,
that should have been...
How can it be uncatchable if it hits a player?
That's a great question.
The uncatchable signal is the wave the hand over the head, right?
For a reason.
Because the ball's gone over your gone over your head. It didn't do that. It was like shoulder height.
Yeah, well, as I said, she reached for her flag to begin with, and then decided it was uncatchable.
Yeah, she was like, oh.
But maybe this is a bit of what we talked about earlier.
Yeah. The whole I hate it.
Although the scores are relatively close, so you would think that actually would be.
There is a more dominant team here, and they're not getting the favourable call. But anyway, whatever.
Well, Ollie Locke lines up to kick, and the ball's gone down. It is a bit windy today.
Bristol have led because they have a left tackle with a cropped jersey and a left back. Just
Raul, we agree with you.
I'll put the comment
that
up in a
ball is
second.
kicked, and it's going to be fielded by Aaron Wheatley. Aaron Wheatley evades one tackle and then brought down by a group of players, including Tom Seeger.
Seeger's a hell of a player, isn't he?
Yeah,
Seeger's
pretty good. He's a GB player.
Yeah.
He's grown a lot since I've met him as well, so he is the leader of this defensive back end.
Are you taking credit for that growth? Is that what
I am not taking credit
to?
for the growth at all.
I just want to make that clear.
I'm going to blame Coach Luke and Coach Dom. They've taken care of him, made sure they kept him under his wing, and helped him grow as a football player.
We've got a timeout. We're just waiting for the referee to signal it. We should hear the time update from him.
12:58 in the second quarter.
Like, yeah.
Second charge timeout for the Cambridgeshire Cats. Means they have 1. The Aztecs still have 3 timeouts left.
A little bit of love here for the only female player on the... is there any female players on the Aztec side?
No, we don't.
So the only female player at the game today.
Yep.
Liv... what's her name? Livy... we talked about
McGettigan.
McGettigan. We were discussing how to pronounce it. So Livy McGettigan. So a lovely little shout out there from Lizzie there. Number 26 for the Cats. I'll see if I can find her. Is she? I don't know if she's on the field or off it. There she is.
On the field, right there.
There she is. Number 26
Likely
there.
be lining up at running back, I would assume. But that might be bad to make that assumption.
Yeah, I think she is a running back. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. She's lining up at running back. So that is KJ taking some rest, some well-earned rest. There we go. And that ball is handed off. We get a tackle for loss. Jameer Stanley. And it looked like
It was
Ryan Davis
Yeah, Ryan was the one, yeah.
combining for the tackle. Shout out Brees, Flash Brees. That is the Bucks Championship MVP, running back for the UE Bullets, playing for the Paderborn Dolphins. Okay, so we get the Cats break the huddle, doubles with Livy in the backfield, Allen at QB.
2nd and 11.
There we go. That ball's gone. That ball is going to be overthrown. It looks like there was probably a bit of a miscommunication there between Allen and the route that was supposed to be run by Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got to say, I did see a lot of that last week with this Cat side. It seemed their QB is decent, right? Like, he's not a bad QB, but there seems to be a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of misunderstanding and timing on some of these routes. But he throws a really nice ball, you know.
Here we go. So we get the Cats line up with trips to their left-hand side. That ball's at the feet of Wheatley.
Why didn't he catch that?
That
Why
ball
didn't
is
he catch
at
that?
the feet of Wheatley. So that...
I don't think Wheatley was expecting that. But that was catchable.
That was catchable. You have to think that they've missed an absolute opportunity right there.
Yeah,
unfortunately, that
that
would have been
he was roughly
maybe not
near the
enough
first
to
down,
move the chains,
maybe.
but you know, you have to complete some of these plays. You have to put some plays in the bank just to know that you've got them there.
Yeah,
you don't want to miss out on opportunities at any point. Tyrell Thomas, also a cornerback for the UE Bullets, also playing for the Paderborn Dolphins. So good to hear from you guys. Here we go, and this punt is going to be taken by William Browning. That ball's gone.
Nice punt.
DSR back to return, and he's going to field it with guys tracking him down. Is he going to make? He makes both of them
right
miss.
up the middle.
Gets right in between of both, still going to the left, and is brought down by number 18. That is Tyreek, brought down by Tyreek, but that was an amazing show of agility right there.
Yeah. I don't know how he split those two defenders. I was expecting him to boot round one side or the other.
I thought we'd get a bit more two-on-two violence with Mika Bell. Mika Bell was down there, and I believe, there's two KJs, but this is Kentarius Wynn.
Yeah.
I believe he was the other player who was down there as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, so the Aztecs offense is going to start on their own 23-yard line from the looks of things. They break the huddle 2 by 2. It looks like SPC is checked into the game at slot receiver, and Joey is back in at running back. That ball's going to be handed off. Joey's attacking the outside. He gets the block. He puts someone down into the ground. He's still going. He's picked up about 30 yards.
Going.
He is not going to be brought down today. He does not want to be denied.
What a run.
That is a great run by Joey, picking up
Joey was 10 yards off of flipping the field.
no less than, are we talking, is that 50?
This is a 45-yard line. It says
About
50.
35 yards.
Yeah.
That's a
almost
great
flipped
run
the
to the
field.
outside. We see some of his stiff arm ability, pumping those legs, nice high knees. See, when your coaches are telling you high knees, this is exactly what they mean.
Yeah. Become difficult to tackle.
And we've got the Aztecs with SPC in at fullback and Simon out in the backfield, but he gets
what a
tackled
tackle.
right in the backfield. You have 75 as the first player there. Fortunately, it looks like we don't
Yeah,
have
he's up there, Carlos Quizon.
Carlos Quizon.
That's
First
what
man in the backfield from the defensive line. Someone was asking earlier for some defensive line play. There you get it. That's pretty impressive from the Cambridgeshire Cats defense, just to stop them right at the line of scrimmage.
And it's second and 10.
Two in the backfield again, SPC and Simon Alaifa. SPC going out in motion. and that ball is going to be thrown. Nice little fake DSR. The connection between Ethan Gretzinger and Darius St. Robinson. Ethan just throws a beautiful ball.
Have these guys played together before, or is this their first team they've played together?
Darius St. Robinson played defensive back for the UE Bullets.
Right.
So maybe in a few practices you would have had some Ethan to DSR with the picks, but
yeah.
no, this connection, I mean,
3-yard line,
they've been working on this relationship for the past few months. Ethan's going to take that by himself into the end zone. Rushing touchdown. So that's 3 rushing touchdowns for the Aztecs.
So starting to put a little bit of daylight between them and the opposition here, the Aztecs. That's their first unanswered or back-to-back touchdown,
yes,
if you like. So they're going for 1 here. Let's see. Hopefully there's a fake and they go for 2, which I love to see, which I never see. But Greener holding the ball. Ball is up. Looks like it's good. We'll just wait for the signal.
That is no good.
It's no good.
That's wide left.
Wide left. Wow. So
the kick team not doing a great job today.
No, that's 3 touchdowns with 0 PATs.
Yes. So 2 PATs that were missed. 1 2-point attempt that
failed. Yeah, don't. That was. Oh, hold on. We got half distance to the goal, so there was a penalty here. We missed it. We were talking to each other, but there was a penalty here on the Cats, and they will now retake it. It looks like they're going to stick with the 1-point attempt, the 1-point pat.
Okay, so Ollie's going to have an opportunity at redemption.
Redemption. A redemption kick here for Ollie. A redemption kick attempt.
You've got Greener holding.
Oh, well offside, but he's going to still go for it.
And
hopefully
that
gets it through. Yeah, and they'll just take that.
Good.
They'll just take that. So we just add the extra point on here. So what we said just now is now untrue. They do have a successful PAT.
Yep.
Is declined. Yeah. Sorry, the ref's just confirming what we said here. With that there was a penalty. It was declined, and the kick's good. So the kick stands. There is now rain, not on us because we are covered, but on the field there is rain. Be interesting to see how that may impact play calling and ball security because it sounds quite heavy. Oh, it looks heavy. We can see it. So we might end up with a bit of a slippery ball here.
Oh yeah, the rain is chucking it down now. That was a really quick turn of events.
Proper, yeah.
Am I happy to not be playing at this very moment in time? Maybe.
I don't know that sometimes the rain's good as play, like cools you down if you've been on the field. Maybe you don't experience
the
that.
wind was doing
Maybe
a good job of that earlier.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's a squib kick, short to number 18, the receiver, and he has made a few people miss
the halfway line.
So there were some bad tackling angles there, but Tyreek looking a lot more slippery in this rain.
So, I don't know, it's not even that funny, I just love puns.
Hey, it's good.
It's good stuff.
I'm like that, I'm that guy.
So just to let you guys know, the yellow lines are the lines, and they're not so thick. You can see on the field there, but those are the lines that we're working with here, and the players are working with. So the ball is on the 43-yard line once again. Cats.
So that ball is handed off to
down.
KJ. And he gets tackled at the line, fumbles the ball, but that whistle comes early. That is a bad whistle. That is a bad whistle. The same referee that struggled with the uncatchable ball that hit someone in the chest.
I don't know.
Has blown the whistle early, so that's not going to be a fumble. But in fact, that's going to be a 1-yard gain.
But I did say ball security. And then the first play we get, first offensive play. God, it's hammering it down now. We might be able to pick it up on the mic.
All right, so that's a direct snap to KJ. Uchenna Obasi is the first in there on the tackle, making his triumphant return to tackle football. He's been out for a couple of years. All right, that's going to be a gain of about 2 yards, but that was a direct snap to KJ, Kevin Hucks.
There's been some quite inventive play here from this offense. It's not been. It's not like I think like my perception coming into this was they'd be a bit flat, but they haven't been flat. They've
Here we
been
go.
trying
So
a lot of
third and
different
long.
things.
That ball's going to be going deep, and that is so unfortunate. So we have a deep pass to the right-hand side to Tyreek Johnson. He is open at that point. He gets one hand on it, bubbles it up, and isn't able to bring that down. That would have been a great play.
Yeah.
And maybe the Aztecs defense are let off by that one.
Yeah, definitely. He'd beaten the man. He was there to make that reception. I don't know if that was quite a TD, but he was the right side of the player to make it, right? And only about 10, 12 yards out.
So fourth down, it looks like they are always in 4-down territory. But with a play like that, you would want to go back to that.
Yeah, maybe the other side now.
So that's a direct snap to KJ. Almost brought down in the backfield by Charlie Dace, but is brought down eventually by Marcelo Timas. And that's going to be a turnover of downs. They do not make the first down. But you know what? That's some good plays by the Cambridgeshire Cats.
Yep.
That is some good plays by the Cambridgeshire Cats. A direct snap to the danger man KJ. You might see Mika Bell in the backfield if things get too far gone.
Yeah.
We've started calling Tyreek's name a couple times. If he comes down with that, that's a completely different drive.
Yep. Yeah, this Cats offense has got some weapons, and hopefully everyone can stay fit, and because this team would suffer any injuries would be felt here,
100%. So that's a 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line, the Aztecs 35. That ball's going to be handed off to Joey, and he goes straight downfield, rumbles and tumbles for 12 yards, and he picks up the first down. And they are now in Cats territory.
Yeah, just inside. Almost fell off of the ledge there. Whew. Saved myself.
Dangerous.
Yeah. But anyway, the ball is on the 43-yard line, and it's 1st and 10 here for the Aztecs again in the rain. I'm trying to look into the distance to see if there's a light. There is lighter skies, so maybe the rain will stop in about half an hour or so. But for now, it's absolutely pissing it down.
So that ball's going to be handed off again. Cambridgeshire Cats do a way better job of stopping Joey close to the line of scrimmage. He only picks up about 2 or 3. That tackle is made by number 60, who unfortunately I cannot see a number here.
Might be a number. Oh, is it 16? Did you say?
60. 60.
60. Yeah, they changed some numbers, but no, it's not on. We don't have it.
So that's
on our
going to be
list.
Bobby
Oh,
Colvin.
we got them. Cool.
Bobby Colvin makes the tackle.
And,
2nd and 8.
Yeah. Ball on the 41-yard line.
So that's going to be a 3rd straight handoff
Lovely.
and a tackle for loss by number 51. That's Charles Kelly again.
Sets the ball
Actually,
back.
apologies. So we have an updated sheet. Every time I've called Charles Kelly, I've actually meant
Roddy Collins.
Roddy Collins. So 51. Looks like they've had a change of numbers with the.
Just swap it over. So that was a 2-yard loss. So they're back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 here for the Aztecs. Do they get this conversion? And do they go for it on 4th? What do you think? If they got 4th down?
I think they pick this up, and they definitely go for it. Why not?
And
Ooh. So that ball is out of bounds. That is not converted. There's some calls for holding as well by the Cambridgeshire Cats. This is a 4th down, and it looks like they will be punting the ball away.
this is it's pronounced
Micah?
Micah.
Oh,
You were saying
Micah.
Mika. I said Micah, didn't I?
I thought you told me Mika before.
No, I said Micah.
Apologies, Micah Bell.
This is his dad, Marcus.
How you doing, Mr. Marcus?
So they're
Apologies.
punting. They're punting. The
Yeah,
Aztecs
going to be
are
punting the ball away, so that's a good defensive drive.
Yeah, great.
From the Cambridgeshire Cats.
Great stuff from them.
This ball's going to be fielded by Micah Bell. Really sudden player. Doesn't make much on the yardage, but he is a dangerous player.
I just noticed the stadium announcer is commentating. You're not allowed to as a stadium announcer. You're only allowed to talk pre-snap, when the ball's not moving. I have to let him know because he can get in trouble with the refs for that.
I can see some.
I can see Dan.
Coach Dan Mayer over
Yeah,
there.
you can tell
Coach
it's the shorts, mate.
Frankie Pankhurst, and that looks like Tappy as well.
Oh yeah, it's Tappy there, is he? Is that him on the right? Yeah.
Some Bristol legends.
You can see Dan from a mile off because he wears shorts no matter what the weather.
Everywhere.
Although, I did see him for the Bullets this year wearing...
Few and far between.
Yeah, I know.
Few
What would
and
you call
far
tracksuit
between.
bottoms, whatever.
Okay, so we have a 1st and 10 on the Cambridgeshire 18-yard line.
Referee just informing the offence that they've got 10 seconds left, so we have to speed up here to avoid the delay of game penalty. And
There we go.
it looks like they called a timeout.
And that's going to be the 3rd and final timeout before the half.
Is it?
Yeah. Had a few comments here about me loving my commentary life and having a change of career.
Oh no, they got a penalty here.
Oh, did they not call the timeout?
I don't know what that...
That's delay of game.
Delay of game, is it? Okay, but we didn't throw a penalty for it. Sorry, didn't throw a flag for it. Maybe he just don't want to get it wet. Don't want to get his flags wet. So...
That's going to be a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, 1st and 15.
1st and 15. Deep in Cats territory.
Ball reverse. On the deck.
Dangerous times, dangerous plays. And it looks like they've had a change at QB as well. So you've now got Ben Lowes as the QB. Before you had Alan Lee, but Ben Lowes is lining up at QB.
Yeah, we saw him last week. He is left-handed quarterback, if I remember rightly.
So that's another loss. We're now talking about 2nd in the country mile. Sorry, 2nd in the country
Yeah,
mile.
look, we can see the sticks and the down marker
2nd
there.
in about 23 yards.
Yeah. But yeah, if I remember rightly, this number 12 is a left-handed QB, and he completed a 2-point conversion for them last game. So yeah, it'd be good to see what he can do. It's always difficult playing against a lefty.
Kevin Huck's lined up in the backfield.
And they
There we
try
go.
that
And
play.
Adam Woodward doesn't quite bring him
Listen.
down.
Oh!
And do you know what? Made a out of a bad situation, made something great. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
He
3rd down, no gain, but he should have been brought
there
down there
were
by Adam
Aztecs
Woodward.
paws on him in the end zone. That was safety situation for the Aztecs, and I don't know how he wriggled out of that. He got back to roughly the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1 or 2 yards on that play.
Doesn't look like they've moved it. I think just right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So a lot of running for nothing, but he saved the safety. It's going to be offside. That flag's been thrown.
Free play for the...
And that's a pick.
Yeah, might as well just take a knee, because that definitely is coming back and being replayed, that 3rd down, 5 yards further up the field.
So that's going to be Ashe with the pick. Unfortunately, the pick is...
We've had confirmation of the officials. So it is Jed, not Pete.
All right, Jed. So you had Ashe with the pick there. Unfortunately, that's negated by the flag. The offside, number 99, Adam Eckhart. Need to be a bit more disciplined up front.
They said Davy Parsons. I think that's the umpire there at the back. I think they said that's Davy Parsons. He's the BAFACL,
Head honcho.
whatever, yeah, like the chairman or whatever. I think he's lives up in Scotland.
So we've got KJ lined up in the backfield, trips to the offensive left-hand side. And that's going to be a draw play.
Ooh.
KJ has made some others miss again, but Tom Seeger holds on to his ankle for dear life. Uchenna Obasi coming in to clean things up. And that's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3. You've got to think that the Cambridgeshire Cats are going to be punting at this point, this deep in their own territory.
Oh, yeah. Or hopefully a fake punt. That's all I ever want, is a fake punt.
Is that all you're looking for?
Yeah. So I'll
Fakes.
talk about it. Yeah, I love fakes.
You like an onside kick?
Yeah, onside, fake field goal, fake point after, fake punt.
Okay.
all of that.
Here we go. So it's got to be a max protection punt here.
I love every type of fakie you can think of.
You would think that they wouldn't be taking a fake punt here, hopefully.
But that's why they should do it. You see what I mean?
That ball that's almost blocked by Simon Alifa. It's going to be fielded by Darius. He made 2 people miss before. It looks like he's trying to do the same again. And he makes a gain, is tackled out of bounds by Tyreek Johnson.
But about 10 yards gain from where he picked that up, maybe just under. The ball will be fielded at around the 31-yard line.
So this is a short field.
No, 36, sorry, 36-yard line. And there
Cambridgeshire
is a
Cats
whistle.
36.
Let's see what this is. This might be the 2-minute warning. Yeah. 2-minute warning. So they've got 1 timeout left. He just held up. So
1 timeout.
Yeah. So
I was
Bristol have.
convinced that they had 0.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you're right.
I was convinced they had 0, but it's okay. Aztecs break the huddle. Doubles with Simon Alifa in the backfield with Ethan Gretzinger. Noah Clack goes in motion. And that ball's going to be handed off to Simon. He finds a crease and gets 10 yards straight up. That actually looks like a 12-yard gain. This is some great running by the Aztecs running backs today. Both Simon and Joey have been very effective. Even Ethan Gretzinger, to be honest.
Yeah. When he's used his leg, we've seen some really good plays. Look, they can't snap the ball.
Quick. There we go. And that's going to be a tackle for loss.
I'm surprised the referee should make them replay this down because the sticks weren't set when the ball was snapped.
If the referee was happy with where it was and they've told the refs,
I'm not having
maybe.
it. You've got 8 referees, you can't get the sticks right.
Okay, so
I appreciate
that's a 1-yard gain.
Keeping the game moving, but
tackle for loss by Carlos Quizon. Keyson.
Got some love for Gretz from.
There we go, and that's another handoff to Simon, and he's got another first down. Almost makes it to the end zone, but is brought down by, I believe that was Jared Collins. Apologies if I was wrong on that, but he has been a name that I should have been saying a lot more today.
We've got some Aztecs love from Los Angeles. I assume that's.
Yeah, that looks like a family member from Ethan Gretzinger. He's a California boy, LA boy.
So 1 minute 7 seconds left. Timeout called. I don't know who by. I'm assuming it's from the Aztecs.
Here we go. So we line up with trips to the right-hand side for the Aztecs. Got Simon Alifa with Ethan Gretzinger in the backfield. Tim Lucas isolated against, is that number 37 or 27? Maybe against Nate Hall on the left-hand side, on the far side.
37.
Yeah, so that's Nate Hall. Got to think you like Tim Lucas in an ISO situation. There we go, and that's that play again
what a block.
With Will Bunce releasing out to take on Nate Hall. Mismatch. Feeling a bit like Tony Romo here, to be honest.
Predicting the plays. That was a perfectly executed version of that. Like I can imagine the coach pulling that up in the next game film session and just saying,
This is teach tape.
Yeah,
this is teach tape.
Teach tape. It's exactly what we saw there, and that brings so the score pending this PAT is the Bristol Aztecs 25.
And it is worth
Cambridgeshire
noting
Cats
that
7.
the Aztecs offense is still on the field. So
As in the starting offense.
Yeah, so it looks like
they're going for two. Yeah, sorry. Maybe they'll fake it and kick it free.
Okay, so we get a shift. And it looks like they're going heavy in the backfield, a bit of a monster formation. SPC and Noah be leading the way, Simon behind that. And he is going to dance into the end zone almost untouched for the 2-point conversion.
And that's a 20-point lead here now that the Aztecs have established. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure everyone knows if you've watched our live streams before, because I moan about it every time. Should the Aztecs establish a 35-point lead in the second half, during the second half, it means they will go to a running clock. The game will go to a running clock, which means that essentially the bottom line is incomplete passes don't count as clock stoppers. It just means the clock keeps
Yeah.
running. But the clock will still stop for timeout, still stop for resetting the chains. It's just for that. What people are used to is obviously the incomplete pass.
Yeah.
Or
Nothing
a
stops
player
it.
running out of bounds.
Nothing stops it except for a timeout.
Yeah. Great commentary as always. Why is everyone buttering us up today? It's you. That's what it is, mate. I don't get this. I don't get this by
know I
myself.
was that well loved in the Sportan community. Here we go. So we're going to be kicking off. That's Ollie Luck. And that looks like a bit of a squib. But
It's
if
gonna
that
go out
ends
of
up out of
bounds.
bounds,
Penalty.
it's going to be a flag against Ollie Luck. Cannot kick the ball out of bounds.
So we'll
On
just
the
see what the
kickoff.
decision is here. Usually get the opportunity to take the yards or have a re-kick. Just waiting for the ref to confirm, I believe.
So it's going to be 5 yards, putting them at, they're currently at the 32, so that will put them at the 37. Oh, apologies. No, that's now at the 32. It's previously at the 37, at the 27.
27, yeah.
Shout out to John Berry, number
Well, it says
13.
John Berry, but his name's Tyler Berry.
He's told us his name is Tyler.
Donna, what's going on? Is he John or Tyler?
Okay, so now we have Micah Bell taking the direct snap, and that ball gets, well, that's a great play by Adam Eckhart.
Does well
Number
to keep hold of him
29.
there.
That's KJ. Well, this is the second KJ, but Kentarius Wynn, he ends up getting that direct snap. It's saying that he never hit the surface. So both QBs currently out of the game. No Ben Lowe, no Allen.
Donna
Lee.
saying, shout out to John. First game for the Aztecs. Yes, he goes by Tyler.
There we go. Thank you, Miss
Thank
Donna.
you. Thank you, Donna. And drummer boy Andy from the
I
Farnham
lied, so
Knights
we've
Supporters
got Ben
Club.
Lowe lining up in the slot, but we have Micah Bell and KJ Wynn in the backfield. Micah Bell takes a direct handoff, and he doesn't make it back to the first down marker. It's going to be brought down there. That looks like by Fred Smith, young linebacker who plays for Bournemouth, I believe.
Fred Smith. What,
Number
the,
34.
the Bournemouth Bobcats.
I believe he plays for the University. Is it
Yeah,
University
Bournemouth
of
Uni
Bournemouth?
Bobcats, because they're both called the Bournemouth Bobcats, aren't they?
Yes.
The uni and the senior team.
And you
senior
know,
team are playing right now, actually. We should check. I'll check the score.
We did call that we would probably see Micah Bell in the backfield, and here he is.
Well, you did. I didn't. I didn't believe you. I was sceptical.
You would think so. He's got to be one of their top 3 players.
So, half time, T. What do you think of that? What do you make of that first half? Predictable, unpredictable? Has that gone as you thought?
There was definitely a bit of a shock with the touchdown, a short field, methodical drive from the Cambridgeshire Cats that results in a touchdown. I think it is clear to see the Aztecs have been dominant. They've had a few blips, but they have been able to take advantage of some of these opportunities. The defense have been a bit more stout.
Yep.
Let off the hook by a drop by KJ Wynn.
Yep. No, it was Tyreek, wasn't it?
Oh, sorry,
one hand.
Tyreek. My apologies, Tyreek Wynn. Yep. Outside of that, you know, for the Aztecs, great play by Ethan Gretzinger, by Joey, by Simon Alifa.
Yeah.
Good connection with Darius St. Robinson, and a few good plays to Tim Lucas also.
Yes. Yeah.
So, you know, the Aztecs are taking care of business, but massive shout out to the Cambridgeshire Cats because they are making the Aztecs work for it, at least in the first quarter.
Yeah, this isn't the game that the Aztecs or we expected. You know, with the 20 points difference going into the half time. I mean, the outcome. Yeah, we expected the Aztecs to win, but the gameplay's been good from the Cats. Hopefully, like I said, everyone's going to stay fit and healthy. We're going to take about a 20-minute break now. The broadcast will stay live, but we will go silent on the mics. Put a graphic up on screen, so get yourselves a drink, something to eat, and we'll rejoin you in about 20 minutes time. Hi everyone, you rejoin us here, start the third quarter. Just getting head coach for the Bristol Aztecs, Pete Jones, on screen with his exclusive, not to be bought online or in any store, black Sport Tank cap on. And he's facing the wrong way, but we did show it
There
earlier.
we go.
Do you find, look at that, you can see it, look at him rocking it. Sport Tank. Anyway, Kickoff. And it is the Aztecs kicking off. Actually, I need to change it to third quarter on the scoreboard here. But Aztecs will kick, so opening drive will be the Cats.
And that's going to be Mika Bell. Bobbles that, but looking in for a good return. And that's a great tackle by Noah Clack.
Good. It's
Great,
not
great
Mika
tackle.
Bell, it's Micah Bell.
Micah
remember?
Bell, apologies.
Remember?
Yep, Micah Bell.
Don't you remember his with Dad telling you earlier?
That's true. But that's a great tackle by Noah Clack. Noah Clack
It was.
also played for the UE Bullets, played on both sides of the ball. Great special teams player. And just, we had a question about if this was university or BAFA. This is BAFA, so this is the adult men's.
No, adult mixed.
Adult mixed
Yep.
season that's currently going on. 11-man football at all levels for the 11-person football. Well, it's
Well, what's up? I'm pretty sure we got someone called
11
Libby.
humans.
Yeah.
11 humans.
11 humans against 11 other humans.
There we go. Okay, so it's
11
going to be Alan Lee, who's back at QB, with KJ in the backfield. That's going to be a handoff, and he's going to be gobbled up in the backfield by Alex Gray and Jameer Stanley.
Alex Gray normally plays O-line, right?
Alex Gray hasn't played O-line in a few years. Last year
right.
he played tight end.
No way.
Yeah?
He's been around a few years, hasn't he, Alex?
Yeah, so for those who know Alex Gray, you know that we all call him Felix. And that's going to be a tackle for loss, 1 yard loss, second down, and 11 from the Cats' 13 or 14 yard line. There we go, that ball's thrown out to Tyreek a bit too high. It looks like it was tipped. Looks like it was tipped by George Rhymes.
The incredible George Ryan.
The incredible George Rhymes. Grimes football. And that brings up third down. So this has been very quick. We started off with a tackle for loss, and then we've had an incomplete pass. Third down, Alan Lee looking to convert this to keep the offensive drive alive.
Yeah, third
They've
and
come
11.
out in doubles. Got Tyreek. Looks towards Tyreek. Targets there, number 7. That's Liam Allen, but that ball is overthrown, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Alan Lee off, and they bring on William Browning, the punter and kicker.
Disappointing series there from that quarterback.
That was, yeah, it's extremely quick. Didn't look to get off the ground at all.
So very quick 3 and out there for the Cats opening this second half. Obviously good for the Aztecs defense, but certainly not what the Cats want. And we can see who's that, number 9 back to
That's
to
William
punt?
Browning.
Ah, yes.
Aaron Wheatley jogs onto the field, makes up 11. Another max protect punt from the looks of things.
Oh,
The
bubbled
punt
on the
is
flat.
low,
Oh,
almost blocked
and it
by
just
Tom Bowering.
creeps over that halfway line, and
Get to about the
40
Aztecs 42-yard line.
42-yard line, yeah. So
Aztecs offense take the field after a great drive by the Aztecs defense. A bit disappointing from the Cambridgeshire Cats, but we've already talked about their 22 players. You can see a bunch of these players are just staying on the field as they need to be there for
it's a good point.
all phases.
Yeah. So, T, is this a scoring drive for the Aztecs?
I think so.
And what type of score?
Ooh, you're trying to get this early.
I just asked
I think
you,
this is going to be the first passing touchdown.
Oh no, I meant is it a touchdown or a field goal? But you're going to say
this is
passing
100% a touchdown. I think it's going to be the first passing touchdown of the day.
Cool.
There we go. This is a handoff, spinner handoff to Joey. Joey looks to get loose. Is tackled by Tyreek Johnson, who's been playing receiver, doubling up at linebacker. Good job tracking him down. Good job bringing him down. That looks like a Coventry Jets helmet.
Yes, yeah, we discussed this pre-game, didn't I? I called it a Derby helmet, and you quite rightly pointed out that that's not a B with feathers on it. And yeah,
that looked
Coventry University Jets.
University Jets. So this is going to be second and about 4 yards. The Aztecs come out and trips to the left-hand side. Joey in the backfield with Ethan Gretzinger. He takes a snap. He's going to pass that ball. Tim Lucas is wide open. Tim Lucas attempts to spin out of a tackle, but is brought down by Chris Woods. That's a great tackle. Great tackle. Now, obviously, the Aztecs offense get the first down, but that is a great tackle because if you allow Tim Lucas to get free, he will take that all the way to the house.
So we're being asked our opinion on the Cats refusing to use a tight end in a pass-first offense. I mean, look, they're limited on numbers today. They're playing a good game. I'm not going to pull scheme apart. Yeah, whatever.
It depends on who you have personnel-wise.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have the tight end to be able to play, then you're not going to force that.
Yeah.
That's a high snap to Ethan Gretzinger, but he's able to bring that down, hand that ball off to Joey, who takes a few Cats, a whole load of yards, gets about 9. That doesn't look like they're pulling the first down.
Just shy.
That's going to be second and short.
So you can just see there, see where the referee stood there, and now the down marker is, or the box is, it's second down and 1.
But yeah, just on this question, if you have the personnel to play with a tight end, then that's great. If you don't have that person there, then it's unfortunate. Talking about tight ends, we actually see the tight end lined up for the Aztecs. Tim Lucas has just motioned into the backfield. I have an idea of what's coming. Does everybody else?
Pass play. From Lucas.
So I have seen that in practice. Bit of a trick play. That's what you wanted.
It looked like he was under an enormous amount of pressure once he got out to that sideline. So quite well read by the Cats there.
And you see Micah Bell actually sticking with Ethan Gretzinger.
Well, someone said it's a choice. They haven't used one. Well, they've had a new head coach this year. So, it's I think it's certainly down to personnel.
Going to be third and short. You've now got Sean Vaughan in the game. Big number 90.
I love him.
Clark shifts into the backfield as a fullback. And this is going to be a handoff for sure. He's going to get the first down. Nice slippery player. Difficult to bring down. Sean Vaughan, one of the Southwest's finest for a long period of time. That's going to be a first down.
He's one of my favourite players. Sean. Actually, we were talking about him pre-game, weren't we? I just said he's
big fan. I think
just
a lot of people
player.
like Sean.
Yeah. Just tremendous player. Such an effective offensive player. Picks up the first down and he stays on the field. So hopefully we see more of the ball in Sean's hands here.
There we go. So we're getting a doubles with Tim Lucas out wide. Sean Vaughan still in the backfield with Ethan Gretzinger. Darius St. Robinson goes in motion to help build trips. And this is going to be a passing play. Gretzinger is going to just throw too high. Now, Tim Lucas is a tall guy, but that ball looked like he'd need to climb a ladder to get up to where that ball was thrown, unfortunately. Telling you, there's going to be a passing touchdown. They're going for it. Yeah, that's what they want.
Yeah. Do you know what? From the play pattern we've seen so far, it absolutely looks that way.
He is. So SPC is playing. He's actually lined up in the backfield at fullback. He's also lined up at slot receiver. He's just not in at the moment, but they are rotating receivers and running backs at the moment.
Another good call out there, fantastic player.
There we go. That's another handoff to Sean Vaughan. It looks like Tyreek is trying to tackle him. It takes about 4 Cats players to eventually bring him down. Tyreek was holding on for dear life there and does a good job of slowing down the momentum of Sean Vaughan. Now they're trying to go quick. Receivers are already lined up. Offensive line ready to go. Sean Vaughan staying in the game. And this is going to be a QB lead. So Sean Vaughan leading, brought down by Tyreek Johnson. Ethan Gretzinger trying to make it to the outside, get to the end zone. Okay, so now this is 1st and goal.
Let me just move my camera forward a bit. So.
1st and goal. They break the huddle. And SPC number 12 is lined up with Noah Clack in the backfield. Tim Lucas isolated on the backside.
There's another QB keeper, or you think this is going through the air?
There we go. That's SPC for a
There
carry.
he goes. Yeah.
Right into the end zone. So somebody called on SPC. Somebody called on SPC and he answers that call, resulting in a rushing touchdown. I was wrong on the passing touchdown, but it did go to the tight end. So I'll take it.
Yeah. Same thing.
Same thing, basically. You're utilizing the tight end in the run game. He's basically
It is. That's a passing
receiving
touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But no, that's another great drive. And I have to say, shout out to Rian Hudson. First game calling, the offense. I believe he's only had one drive where it hasn't resulted in a score. And this kick by Ollie Luck is good. We just get that signal from the referees.
So that brings up, here in the third quarter, brings up a score of 34 to the Bristol Aztecs and 7 to the Cambridgeshire Cats. So we are, I think, when it gets to, if the scoreline stays the same, as in if the Cats don't score any more points, and as soon as the Aztecs put 42 or more on the board, it will go to a running clock.
Yeah, so it's a 35-point differential in the second half that results in a running clock.
Yep. Got a nice little conversation going on here in the chat.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know where you're watching from. We've had some people say Los Angeles. We've had Germany. We often get people putting joke ones in, saying like the Yemen or something. But anyway, we've got the Yemen. Yemen's like a classic.
I love that.
Yeah. Yemen.
All right, so kickoff by the Aztecs.
Djibouti, Congo. Where are you?
That's my boy
SPC.
There we go. Okay, so 84. This is Tom Bowering. Left-footed kicker. We've changed over our kicker. This is fielded by Micah Bell. Trying to get across there. Is tackled by Mateus and number 13, Tyler Berry, a.k.a. John Berry. Was that from earlier?
Yeah. Was it? Oh, no, he's John on the list, right?
No, it's Tyler on the list. John in the comments. But yeah, Mateus and Tyler Berry combining there for a tackle on Michael Bell.
Johnny goes by Tyler, yep.
The Cambridgeshire Cats offense at about the 24-yard line to start this drive. This is going to be a pass. That ball is almost picked by Ryan Morton, is eventually dropped by Joe McGovern.
The target there,
the target there was Tyreek Johnson.
Yeah, I think it was like any three of those players could have.
It should have resulted in 2 picks or a completion.
Yeah. Anyway, nothing happened in this 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 10, incomplete pass.
Bradley's watching from his living room. Bradley Stevenson, is this? Oh no, it's not. I'm thinking of the wrong Bradley. Little bit of love for Tyler.
There we go. That ball is out to Ben Lowe, the backup QB, also lining up at slot. So that's a 2nd incomplete pass. So what do we think here? How long until we see Michael Bell back in the backfield?
4th quarter, I think. I only think he was in there because they were like, giving some rest to the starting players, like trying to rotate a little bit.
Okay.
So
we've got Livy in the backfield with Alan Lee.
Yeah.
Aaron Wheatley on one side, Tyreek Johnson on the other.
Livy McGettigan.
And this ball, there we go. So that is a vicious tackle for loss by Felix Gray. Draw play. So they've run that draw a couple times. Unfortunately, Livy isn't able to get that one to go. Felix Gray straight into the backfield with the tackle for loss. Loss of about 4. The clock is rolling.
Yeah, another great play from Felix there. Just immediate pressure.
Immediate pressure.
Those are the places, like, you know, in the backfield, there's just nothing they can do.
And
Just got to hold on to it.
It's a bit of a difficult one because, you know, for the offensive line, if they have to set up as if it's a passing play. It's not going to be a running play. So they're giving up some pressure, but the idea is that they wash these guys out and they create a bit of a running lane for the running back. Unfortunately, they don't get that one to go.
Bradley just confirmed he's a coach at the Essex Tridents. Very high snap, but managed.
That ball is almost blocked.
It was just late to the kicker, late to the punter, wasn't it? So when I said very high, it just went high in the air, but it did get into the hands of the punter. But it just got a lot of hang time on that snap.
And which you don't want.
Do not want.
You do not want that
you
on
want
the
that
snap.
ball straight in the hands.
You want the hang time on the punt. You don't want that on the snap.
That's exactly it. Yeah. So anyway, did really well to get that off. Didn't get the distance that he perhaps would otherwise. And the Aztecs will be taking over the ball on the 39-yard line. We're joined by a pigeon that has got two. It's got a nest underneath it with 2 eggs.
Oh, okay. I did not.
Yeah, when you go down there, you see them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so Aztecs offense is back on the field. They've got Simon Alifa in the backfield, Noah Clack going in motion. This ball's going to be thrown short, so that's DSR. Screen to the outside. Gets about 5 yards on the play. Has to run wide with the Cats defense covering.
That seemed an odd play to me. Was that executed correctly? Because he caught the ball and then ran back towards the quarterback before changing direction.
Ideally, you probably want
was
that
going to
ball
come off like a hook and ladder or something.
That ball wants to be thrown right between where the blockers are, so that he can take advantage of those. He has to run back to it a little bit, and then ends up running back to the outside.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the play wasn't as drawn up.
So this is drop back pass by Ethan Gretzinger. He's going long, and that ball targeting Darius St. Robinson, effectively covered by Chris Woods on that play.
Good play there from the DB.
That's a great play by Chris Woods on that play. You know, he's right there in perfect coverage, perfect position. Results in an incomplete pass. Now we're at 3rd and 6. Simon Alifa in the backfield. Looks like we've got Tom Bowering at the top of the field, Tim Lucas at the bottom of the field right here, closest to us. We've had Darius St. Robinson come off for a few. This is going to be another passing play.
That's got to be called for a
hold.
hold.
There we go.
And it's not.
That ball's put in a good spot by Ethan Gretzinger. Unfortunately, that is a drop by Noah Clack.
That was on a dime. That was in his hand while he was running forwards.
Yeah.
He didn't have to break stride. That was like a beautiful
That is an
throw.
Unfortunate play. That drive should have resulted in a touchdown. Unfortunately, it results in another punt.
Now, I did say I thought I saw a hold there on the offensive line, but clearly not. Don't know what I'm talking about.
Maybe the ball doesn't lie.
No, exactly.
So no flag, but you get the drop. It's going to be another punt by Tom Bowering. There we go. That's a high punt, but he's a tall kid. Rifles that.
Nice punt.
Oh, that is unfortunate. He was looking to put that in the coffin corner. Had he gotten a favorable bounce, that would have been at the about 2-yard line. Unfortunately, he does bounce into the end zone. Looks the part as well, Tom Bowering. I believe he's a GB wide receiver.
Whoa.
Okay, so we're going to have the Cambridgeshire Cats offense starting at their 20-yard line. Alan Lee is in the game. We've got Tyreek Johnson, number 18, out at receiver. We've got KJ back at running back. Micah Bell is out at receiver alongside Aaron Wheatley. So all of their playmakers, it looks like, on the field at once now. Aaron Wheatley goes in motion. There's going to be a toss to KJ. Toss to KJ that is tracked down by...
Who is that?
That's Ryan Morton.
Yeah.
Tracked down by Ryan Morton, brought down. So that's going to be a tackle for loss. They
Great
tried
play.
to run that toss to the outside with a bit of misdirection with the... Well, actually, you're probably bringing Aaron Wheatley in to try and block somebody, but
and I think they left, by scheme, they left Morton, thinking, he's not going to catch the ball
Well,
carrier.
there you go.
But then, you know, when the ball carrier has got people in front of him, everything moving around, he's not going to be running at full pace.
Yeah,
and Morton
still trying
comes
to
in.
figure out what his
Exactly.
running lane was.
You know, and that's exactly what was
But
happening. He was
Morton does a
tracking to the
great
outside.
job. Morton does a great job.
Morton closes him down.
So
Great
that's
play.
a loss of 4 yards. There we go. That's another toss.
Ooh!
And Morton
He
again.
stripped it. He's got it. He's got it.
That is a turnover.
What's going on with Morton?
So
heard
Morton
us.
with an absolutely great play. We obviously know a toss is going backwards. So if that lands on the ground, that's going to be a fumble. But we probably count that as an interception. The ball never hit the ground. So Morton with a turnover.
Can't be an interception if it's thrown. It's got to be thrown forward for an interception.
Well, if you were to throw the ball laterally and that ball gets caught, that's an interception.
Is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's the Ryan Morton series. They had 2 plays,
Yeah.
and they got Mortoned.
They
Okay?
got-
That's what's happened there.
So,
And,
yeah, that is a turnover by Ryan Morton. They tried to run the same play, the same direction. If they were hoping to leave him unblocked so that KJ could outrun him, they are mistaken.
And it's like, what, first and goal from about the 8-yard line, I would say. It's sort of hard to tell from this
So,
angle.
you
but
know, the offense get another opportunity after going 3 and out on the last drive. Now they have a short field, and you have to think this is going to result in a touchdown. Sean Vaughan gets absolutely blasted in the backfield. Does take 3 players to bring him down. So there we had Tyreek Johnson, we had Carlos, and Bobby Colvin all in to make the tackle. Yeah. But we also have to ask the question, why were they so unblocked?
3 players meeting the
in
ball
the
carrier
backfield as he was getting the ball.
Yep. Yeah, that does beg a few questions.
So now we have second down. Looks like about 2nd and 8, 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line.
That's the 10. I can see where the ref is.
Ethan with a rollout, looking to rifle that ball into the right spot. Strong hands by Noah Clack.
Yep.
Is that looked at as a complete pass?
They're calling.
They are saying that is incomplete. Likely saying that one of his feet was out of bounds because he definitely held on to that football, some strong hands.
Oh, in our rules, you only need 1 foot in bounds, don't you? Not 2.
Well, they probably said he didn't have control of it until he was out of bounds. Now, to us, that looked like.
It looked like a touchdown. Anyway, it's not.
Okay, here we go. So this is 3rd down. That's 3rd and goal from, looks like the 10 or the 9-yard line. That's going to be a nice, easy pass to Ollie Luck. Ollie Luck drops the ball.
They faked me out. I wasn't looking at the pass. I was looking for the run.
So we have some decent coverage there by Kentarius Wynn, KJ Wynn. But in reality, you've got to think that should have been a touchdown by Ollie there. Ethan rifles that ball in, but Ollie just can't bring that in.
No. So that brings up 4th and goal from the 10-yard line.
Okay, so that's a fake.
And they keep him out.
So that pass is complete to Noah Clack. Unfortunately, he doesn't quite get enough yards for that to be a touchdown, so it's going to be a turnover of downs. Aztecs defense back on the field. That is a pretty impressive drive by the Cambridgeshire Cats.
Yeah, great series.
Great defensive drive there. You know, we talk about getting Morton, but...
Yeah, they got Morton, but then the Aztecs got Cats.
I can't believe you said that.
And it's so the Aztecs the Cats offense come on the field and they take over on their own 5-yard line. So they are pinned right back.
Dangerous position, but they have shown the ability to
They've got
move
out
the
of trouble
chains
here
before. Obviously, in the last drive, Morton was responsible for a turnover. So that's going to be a fake toss. Ball thrown out to Micah Bell. You got Chite Nwansa with the stop right there.
I think they're going to give him on progress a first down there. Let's just wait and see where they mark that.
So after those 2 toss plays, we then get a fake toss, a nice little run pass option, or just a fake toss.
And it was a first down play.
First down to Micah Bell. Strong hands. completed pass, and then stopped by Chite.
I think that's the first time I've seen them execute an option with the the fake being the first thing they do.
yeah.
Like usually they might run the option but go for the first option.
There we go. So that ball's thrown out to KJ, and there's going to be a tackle there by Sean Nolan. Sean Nolan has come up from the Apache this season, getting a bit of a run out this year. Promising young player. I think he's only been playing the sport for a couple years.
Right.
But he comes up with a
23,
tackle. No, that's going to be number 54.
54.
Linebacker right next to Ginge.
Ah.
So that's going to be a 2-yard gain by Kevin Hux. They line up again. Spread doubles. All of their playmakers out there. You're going to get... Oh! That's going to be bad execution of the pass right there. Wasn't put in a good
wasn't there,
spot.
was it? Yeah.
There really wasn't an opportunity for Liam Allen to make a play right there. No. Considering the passes that we've seen from Alan Lee today, that's not been one of his better throws.
No, and I'd say he's mostly been decent with his passes, but he has had a few that have just been. Yeah,
I think to be fair, thinking back through the game, I think he struggled to hit that out route. He's good at hitting those slants.
Yeah.
Decent at hitting some of his players in the flats.
Yeah.
But that out route, difficult throw right there. And there is another miscommunication. Not quite sure if he was targeting Aaron Wheatley or Micah Bell, but both were in the area, both of their key playmakers. If we remember, Aaron Wheatley was the one with the touchdown earlier in the game. Micah Bell, we had his name called a lot, playing in all phases. Returning the ball, now playing that receiver, had some direct snaps, and playing corner on defense.
Yeah. So 4th and 9, punt team are on for the Cats. And is it Browning, the punter?
Yes, William Browning. Will Browning.
So Will Browning out to punt. There's that pigeon again. Oh, bobbled it. And it's blocked, and it's recovered by the Aztecs.
Well, so that ball is recovered. Basically results in a turnover of downs, although there was a loss of about 7 or 8 yards. It's going to be 1st and goal again for the Aztecs offense. So that's a great special teams play. And actually perfect opportunity to call out the special teams coordinator, Coach Beam Jensen, 3-time champion out in Australia, Germany, and Sweden. First female paid coach in both Australia and Germany. And future wife to Captain Chris Sinahi.
First and goal from the
9-yard line.
There's that pigeon again. I'll just zoom out. You can see him just joining us.
And now we've had a change of QB. So we've got Lewis Benzie in at QB number 3 with Tyler Berry in the backfield. Chris Greener in the game at slot receiver. And Benzie throws a pick on his first play to Chris Woods.
Why is he trying to run it out? Just take the knee, man.
Defense back on the field. So that is unfortunate. Benzie comes into the game in the red zone, throws a pick on his first throw to Chris Woods. Ideally, you want Chris Woods to take a knee in the end zone right there.
Exactly. Well, so there's that, but also the pass. There was no play for that receiver to make on that pass. It was that
hung in the air a bit.
The cornerback was about 5 or 6 yards away from the receiver, so the receiver was open. Not good there from Benzie, but again, it looks like he did take a knee because they did it, did he? The geezer ran it out.
I didn't see that.
They've marked this at the 20. This is very generous.
There we go. So
whoa!
Looks like we're saying he did actually take a knee. So they're starting on the 20-yard line. Aaron Lee back there with KJ Hux in the backfield. Tried to draw the offside. Aztecs defense well disciplined. Now we've got a throw. So close. So that's number 23, Dom Donahue. Close in on the pick, trying to get the ball back for the Aztecs offense. The target there, closest man was Tyreek Johnson.
Yeah. Bit of love for the pigeon here. She's just underneath us, under the tower. Oh no, she's vacated her nest, left her 2 eggs.
Yeah, sorry.
I think we just upset her a bit too much, but
Trying to be caretakers over here. All right, so that's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 on
have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
No, I have seen a baby pigeon, yes.
When?
When I was a kid.
Nah.
What do you mean now?
Nah.
You weren't there?
No one's seen. Yeah, I'm just.
I have seen a baby
I'm just saying
pigeon.
you're lying. That's what I'm saying.
What do you mean I'm
You're
lying?
just trying to sound cultured.
Who sounds cultured when talking about pigeons?
There's no such thing as a baby pigeon.
Oh my gosh. Are you a conspiracy theorist?
No, yeah.
You think the world
no
is
such thing as a bird.
You think the earth is flat, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
100%.
I do. Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah. No, I don't.
This is going to tell everybody what they've been dying to hear about Sports
We're gonna have like thousands of
Steve,
people.
the owner of Sports Act, thinks the world is flat
Yeah.
and there's no such thing as baby pigeons. Are they a government ploy, government surveillance? Is that what you think pigeons are?
Yeah. All birds.
All
There's no such thing as
birds.
birds.
So birds don't exist.
No. And that's what they say
All
on power
mechanical.
lines because they're charging.
All right, back to the football.
Back to the pigeon.
Okay, Micah Bell's trying to get loose. They have a bit of an end around. Eventually knocked out of bounds by Ginge. So that's a toss back to KJ Hux, and then another toss back to Micah Bell. Now we're in proper trick play time.
Yeah, just opening the playbook. Baby pigeons are fake NASA agents. Yeah, see? I told you.
Oh my gosh.
Amir said it, so it's got to be true. He's a ref.
I mean,
They don't lie. Refs don't lie.
refs don't lie.
Refs don't lie.
Never.
They're not allowed to.
Uh-huh.
Not allowed
Yeah,
to. You can't be-
100%.
You can't be a ref if you're
Here
a
we
liar.
go. So that's going to be 3rd and 11 from the 20. He finally hits that out.
Nice, yeah.
So we finally get Alan Lee to Liam Allen
And that was
on
a
that
great
out
ball.
route.
That was a great ball.
Unfortunately, it only goes for about 3 yards.
Shit. Sorry, I swore then because I left the comment up and I didn't mean to. Sorry about that. I thought I tapped it off of it, but
4th and 9.
Really not.
You're going to see Will Browning out again.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't get the same kind of juggling act that we did the last time. He's going to want to get this ball off and not put his team in dangerous position. Although the Aztecs offense didn't actually
they threw a pick.
capitalize on that play the last time it happened. So 2 trips into the end zone or 2 into the red zone with no points. That kicks away, goes out of bounds at the Aztecs 40-yard line.
yeah. So they're marking it. It looks like he's marked it on the 41, but yeah, cool. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Aztecs shortly. And we're still in the 3rd quarter. We haven't had a timeout, so we don't know the time yet. But it feels like we're creeping closer to that. Well, of course we are. It feels like we're very close, should I say, to the 4th quarter here.
Okay, so we have Benzie with Tyler Berry in the backfield. Lewis Benzie at QB, number 3, Tyler Berry, number 13. Out wide, we have Thomas Bowering and Ollie Locke on the outsides. It's going to be a handoff to Tyler, and he's looking to get loose. Picks up the first down. Picks up the first
That's a hell of a
down.
run.
That's going to be about 14 yards on that play.
Great run. Is that Tyler's first carry for the Aztecs?
That is Tyler's first carry. Well, I don't know if it's for the Aztecs. It might be for the Aztecs, actually, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they said this is his first
so that's
game
his
today.
first carry, gets a first
First
down.
down.
And that has been the same for every first carry of every running back today for the Aztecs.
Everyone's got a first down on their first carry.
On their first carry. Joey had that. Great tumbling run. Then Simon comes in, does exactly the
That's
same
right,
thing. And now
yeah.
Tyler Berry.
So that brings up the change of quarters. 4th quarter starting shortly. And they're just going to change ends, which is not too taxing of a task because we're pretty much in midfield. But the score going into the 4th quarter here is the Bristol Aztecs 34, Cambridgeshire Cats 7, Aztecs ball, 1st and 10 from the, was it 41-yard line? Yeah. No, 30,
That's going to be
35-yard line.
35.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Okay, that's a good snap. That ball's handed off to Tyler Berry.
Look at him
Stiff
go.
arms one player, and is finally taken out of bounds by Micah Bell. There's a little bit of afters, but to be honest, let the boys play.
Yeah.
That's going to be another first down.
It's one of them ones that I think the ref did the right thing not throwing the flag there, but had they thrown it, you wouldn't have argued. That's what I think about that.
Okay,
there
that's
was a
fair
second
enough.
effort from
That's fair
Bell.
enough.
He could have stopped it. and
You
he
would have.
didn't.
You could have also said Tyler Berry dragged him to the ground.
No. I don't think so.
Oh man. All right, so first and 10.
You're just being nice to Bell because he's been so
There you
good
go,
all game.
Tyler Berry again,
Ooh,
and his
helmet
lid
comes
has come off.
So
Are we gonna get a hand to the helmet opening flag? Obviously not.
but we will see Berry come off here because and that's just a protocol. So he's not injured. It's just part of it's a concussion protocol that a player whose helmet comes off and isn't ripped off has to take at least one play off.
Are we sure it wasn't
One
ripped
play
off?
out.
Helmet, hand into the helmet opening.
Hand to
flag?
the helmet. It could be a hand to the helmet opening, but the helmet wasn't ripped off.
Okay, so there's going to be second and about 4 yards. We've got SBC lining up at fullback in the backfield. Simon Alifa as the running back. That's going to be a handoff. He's following his block.
Oh.
He's going to walk into the end zone. And we have a flag.
Oh,
Is that after the fact, or are they going to nullify the touchdown?
I don't know. I don't think it's a dead. Well, it's right in the middle of the field, isn't it? Let's just wait and see. That looked like a. They're saying it's a hold on the offense. So, no touchdown.
So that's going to
There's
be
the pigeon.
holding by SPC, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Replay second down. Now that was a great play, but maybe it was too good to be true.
Former Aztec head coach watching from Chicago. Cool. There's the pigeon again.
Okay, so that's going to be 2nd and 5. We nullify the touchdown. Flip the formation. So SPC on the other side of the formation, offset with Simon Alifa to the right-hand side, Benzie in the backfield. That's going to be a handoff, but he is met
Straight
in the
away.
backfield immediately by number 50.
56 was the initial contact, but 51 and 18.
Fortunately,
I
we
think
do
will
not
be
have a
credited with the
56.
tackle.
But 18, we've called his name a few times. That's going to be Tyreek Johnson.
Yeah.
And the other number?
51.
51. 51 is going to be Jared Collins.
Roddy.
Yes, Roddy Collins. So that's third. After a loss of yardage, you're going to bring up 3rd and about 7. Benzie roll out to the right-hand side. That's going to
Another
be
pick.
picked by Micah Bell. That is Benzie's 2nd pick
In 2 drives.
in 2 drives.
Oh. Do you know what? I was going to jokingly say, interception when he rolled out just for a laugh. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I resisted. But I wasn't wrong. And I didn't want to be right. Surprised they called that hold. Refs usually ignore them when it's Aztecs Warriors as a former D lineman. Yeah.
So just as an Aztecs current D lineman, the referees do not like us. So, let's just take it as the referees don't like anybody.
No, let's not.
I think we should.
No, I see a lot of games with a lot of teams, and I think, well, I've been told by a referee they tried to call the game to make it as even as possible, and I think that's wrong. So, like, if you're a more dominant team, as the Aztecs and as the
They'll
Warriors
call it
are,
more on us.
They'll call, yeah.
Yeah,
I just think that's wrong, man.
That is
harsh.
awful.
Yeah. Especially because we all want to run in clocks when we go home.
Okay, so that's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20. That ball is handed off to Ben Lowe. Now, I'm curious if the idea there was for Ben to get outside and throw the ball, considering he isn't a running back. He's their backup QB and has
ran
been
to the
lining
left,
up and
which is
slow,
his
which
throwing
is his
side.
throwing side.
Yeah.
So I am curious if that was the design there. Obviously,
Yeah.
he gets absolutely swallowed up
Yeah.
by the Aztecs defense.
Do you know what, I might get that pigeon a sport tank cap.
You're going to have it custom made.
Yeah.
Get one for the
One
kids.
for his little eggs. Yeah. Her. I keep saying his.
Okay, so that ball's thrown out quickly to Chris Woods. Gets past the doesn't get past the first down marker. Back to the initial line of scrimmage. So there's a gain of about 4 yards, but they are still 3rd and 9. Or is that going to be? That is 3rd and 9. So
A long 9, isn't it, that one? But yeah, 3rd and 9.
So there we go. We've got Alan Lee in the backfield with Ben Lowe also in the backfield, both of their QBs.
And they did this last week. Had 2 QBs.
And that ball's going to be thrown. Really, you should. Oh,
I think
well,
that's a good defensive play.
I think that was a flag on Tyreek Johnson, if I'm being completely honest. Looked
Do
like he
you?
tried to go through the man. But good defensive play. And that's on Ashe, number 14, who's played for SGS the past few seasons.
So punt team out, Browning out, punter for the Cats, and back to return is, what's his name? Would you call him RCB?
DSR.
Yes.
Darius St. Robinson. He's CRB.
I just said
that
3.
punt is short.
I just
that punt
said
is
3
high and
letters.
very short.
Just said 3
Doesn't get
letters.
them out of their own territory.
I knew you were going to correct me, so I was like, I can just say anything.
Say whichever letters.
Yeah,
ABC.
yeah.
No,
Is
no,
that,
no.
was that his name?
DSR.
ABC? HBO.
HBO. All of them. All of them. Okay, so the Aztecs offense are back on the field. Is worth mentioning, we haven't had a score in this quarter, but we haven't actually seen Ethan Gretzinger in this quarter either.
No. Well, we've only had one of Aztecs drive, haven't we? This quarter
Yeah.
down that way.
So the last score was in the 3rd quarter by SPC. So we're back in. Tyler Berry in the backfield with Lewis Benzie at quarterback. There we go. That's going to be a handoff to Tyler. Tyler getting loose is chased down by number 44. That's Alex Wills-Eve.
And my ooh there was because 44, the tackler looked in prime position to punch that ball forward out
Ooh,
of.
okay.
You know, it looked like he was at the right height, but he didn't do it. He chose to wrap up, took the tackle. And
Okay, so
1st and 10.
Tyler Berry checks out after
Yeah.
getting the first down. You've now got Simon Alifa in the backfield with Lewis Benzie.
Yeah, Berry just picking up a bit of a
Looks
knock
like
in the tackle, I think.
either cover 4 or cover 0. Looks like cover 0. Oh no, so we have one safety in the middle. That ball's gone out to Thomas Bowering.
Oh, he
and he slips, trying to set up the screen game.
John Berry saying, watch this. John Berry back in. I'm assuming, John, you're related to Tyler, potentially
Maybe it's
his
John
father.
Jr., JJ. Okay, so
Oh
this
yeah,
is,
of course, he's John as well.
yeah, this is going to
Imagine
be
that, calling your son your name, and then him saying, nah, call me Tyler.
so that's
so
going to be
disrespectful.
2nd and 9 for the Aztecs. Sean Vaughan has checked in
There
at
he
running
is.
back.
Big bad Vaughan.
There we go. That ball's going to be completed to Chris Greener. First target and first catch of the day. Benzie with his first completion of the day, I believe. I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah. So his previous 2 passes, unfortunately, have resulted in.
Well, so it's actually his 3rd completion, but just his first to his teammate.
One way of looking at it.
100%. He got 100% pass rate.
Oh, there we go. Mr.
Yeah,
John
I'm
Berry.
Dad. Hi, Dad.
All right.
Thanks for
Pops.
joining, mate.
Big Papa J.
There's your boy.
Okay, so
Getting
this is
ready to
going to
go
be
back in.
3rd and 5. Sean Vaughan in the backfield with Lewis Benzie. Chris Green, SPC, Ollie Luck, and Tom Bowering are the receivers. He's going to look to throw the ball, and that is caught by Chris Green. Passing touchdown.
Woo!
Chris Greener with the passing touchdown from Lewis Benzie. Lewis Benzie in 4 passing attempts has 2 picks, 1
completions.
touchdown, but he has technically.
100% completion rate.
I don't know about all that.
Hey, prove me wrong. Show me a pass that was dropped by him or overthrown.
I can't.
It's gone. That's found a man's hands every single time.
But you know what? Good job to the offensive line. They
Why
were
are
able
going
to.
for two? If they went for two here, it'd make a 35-point lead. This would make a 34-point
That
lead.
is almost blocked by Micah Bell. He
And
goes
it's good.
off the edge. It's fast guy. Fast guy.
So 34-point lead here, 41-7. One more point, and we are in a running clock. I don't know why they didn't go for two.
Well, maybe opportunity to get as many reps as possible before the blitz game next week.
Yeah, fair enough.
Hey, that's a great job by Chris Greener with the touchdown.
Yeah, look at him there, look. And there's old ACL.
Some of the Aztecs player giving me some grief because I had to climb up a ladder to get to the commentary box.
Yeah.
I made it up here safely.
Yeah, you're fine. Don't ignore them. You're doing a great
The
job.
hatch didn't fall on me at any point.
Mate, it's a death trap, the hatch, isn't it? It's awful. Anyway, Aztecs kick off again.
So we've got Tom Bowering, left-footed kicker. Him and Ollie Luck, basically brothers. 84 and 85. That ball has gone to Aaron Wheatley, and Aaron Wheatley's looking to return that up the middle, goes to the right-hand side, but is tackled by Ollie Luck. Ollie Luck is the first person there, and Sean Nolan is the second person there.
Good play from
Great
them.
job, great tackle by a receiver. It's great to see a receiver making a tackle.
Yeah.
You know, we've had some guys who have really bought into the special teams here, so really, really impressive.
And you need that, right, to win championships. You need to be, you need to have your special teams in gear.
Yeah, man, that's the
get
aspirations
overlooked.
of the Aztecs. You know, they want to make it back to the mountaintop and this time actually get to the top. Okay, so we have the Cambridgeshire Cats offense coming out in trips to their left-hand side. KJ Hucks in the backfield alongside Alan Lee at quarterback. He's going to throw that ball to KJ. Looks like Ricketts is the first person then. Chite Mwansa holding on for dear life, and the rest of the Aztecs defense taking all of them to bring down. That's a gang tackle. You love to see 9 men to the football, but it also took all of that to bring down KJ Hucks. Excellent football player. I don't know where the Cambridgeshire Cats have found a bunch of these players. They have some really great athletes, great football players. KJ Hucks, we said a bunch of times. Micah Bell, obviously one of the stars of the show. I've also talked about Tyreek Johnson a bunch today. Aaron Wheatley, excellent receiver. They have some dudes.
Yeah, they got some players. They didn't 0 yards on that previous play, surprisingly. So second and 10.
Second and 10. Low snap, and that ball is
overthrown.
Was that ball tipped?
Is that what you say that every time the ball's overthrown?
Oh, well, it looked like the angle,
like a
the
little
trajectory looked like it doesn't. We haven't seen
It could have been.
Alan Lee throw like that many times.
you're
so,
right, yeah.
you know, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I want to say he knows where he was trying to go, and the defense getting the ball tipped.
D-line. Oh, I play D-line. Everyone's good on the D-line.
You also played for the Aztecs D-line, if I remember correctly.
No, I don't remember. Nah.
Yeah.
I remember being at training.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is going to be
I think
third and
that'll
10
be
after the incomplete pass is going to be the 3rd and 10. Alan Lee to the outside, complete to Aaron Wheatley. Aaron Wheatley gets loose, but is tackled by George Rhymes. Is that going to be a first down? The referees are deliberating.
It is a 4th down and 2.
Going to be 4th and about a yard. 4th down and a yard and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
Cats offense stay on the field. Cats break the huddle, go in doubles, and they actually go with Liam Allen in a nasty split. Maybe that's the tight end you guys were looking for earlier. and that's going to be a sneak play that is absolutely stuffed by Uchenna Obasi. He's the first person there. And also Luke, second man there. They know what's coming. They absolutely stuffed that. It's going to be a turnover of downs. We have the Aztecs offense now back out on the field. That's a great job
Great play by Obasi. That was unreal.
Great play. And I mean,
the strength
Uchenna Obasi means business.
The strength he
means
needed to
business.
And first and 10, offense take over on the, where's the ball? It's the 31-yard line, roughly? Yeah, 31-yard line.
So Aztecs coming out with trips to the left. Tyler Berry back in the game with Lewis Benzie in the backfield. Same four receivers out. So that's going to be a pass to Ollie Luck. Gets loose, makes one man miss, makes two miss,
Is that
and
cut?
is eventually brought down by Jonas Bastian. Second time I've called his name today.
What a play, but was that one cut too many?
Maybe.
From this angle, it looked like he'd beat one, he'd beat the other, and if it had just kept going to the
We
left.
start out with him making Kentavious Wynn miss. Then he makes Jonas Bastian miss.
Yeah.
But then Jonas Bastian's able to recover for the third opportunity.
Yeah, and I just feel like if it had...
It's a good play by Ollie Luck. Good throw by Lewis Benzie. Another complete pass.
First down, ball on the Cats 11 or 12-yard line. Pick one.
Ball is snapped. That's going to be a handoff to Tyler Berry. Immediately met in the backfield by Tyreek Johnson. Now, is Tyreek Johnson a linebacker? Is he a receiver?
So
you wouldn't be able to tell.
Yeah, well, so I know from last game he is a receiver for them. But what a utility player.
Doing an excellent job.
Yeah.
He's a big body receiver.
Yeah.
Playing, really could be playing defensive end with no issue, but does a great job meeting Tyler Berry in the backfield. You got Trips bunch to the right-hand side. Rollout by Lewis Benzie, being chased down, complete to Chris Green. Chris Green tries to cut it back to the inside, gets hit really hard by Chris Woods, but Chris Woods may have hurt his own player in Roddy Collins.
Good for about 5 yards that play, 3rd and 9, 8.
3rd and about 9, I would say. So we need this is definitely 4-down territory, so we've got to pick up some yards. Tyler Berry and SBC in the backfield with QB Lewis Benzie.
So 2 plays to convert or score.
Ball is snapped. And that is complete to Ollie Luck. That is complete to Ollie Luck. Great job by Ollie Luck. Isolated on the backside, is able to slant in. Big body. Hi, Sean Vaughan. That's a great throw, great catch. Now, obviously, outside of the 2 picks, I don't think Benzie has an incomplete pass.
Inside of them as well.
Let it go.
No, I think...
Let it go, Mr. Price.
I can't.
Let it go.
I think it's hilarious.
But Benzie's come in and had the 2 passing touchdowns that we were looking for earlier.
Yeah.
One to Chris Green.
I think it's a good point. I don't
one
think
to Ollie Luck. And Ollie Luck for 1 point.
And it's now a 41-point lead. We should see the referee here announce that it's a running clock. Sometimes they don't announce it, but certainly just be rest assured, this is a running clock game from now on. So the next X number of minutes that are left in this game will go very quickly. We will get a 2-minute warning. And obviously teams have got their timeouts, but other than that, this game will go very quickly from now on.
So that's 2 scoring plays in the 4th quarter.
Yep, and Benzie threw them both.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good job, Benzie. There we go. There's another kick by Tom Bowering. Line drive to Aaron Wheatley. Aaron Wheatley will be looking for his blocks. He has made a few men miss. Runs into, or is tackled by Joe McGovern into the back of one of his players. Aaron Wheatley doing a decent job at return. Definitely made a few players miss there. It looked like he should have had
in a line here.
He should have had 4 guys gang tackle him, but he's able to evade them all, only to be hawked down by Joe McGovern.
And that's great play for the ball carrier there. He saw from that left side, from his vision, the left side of him, all of these Aztecs jerseys, but then followed a block.
Yeah, exactly.
He followed a block to the right, and it was the one block, and it gave him what, another 5-6 yards. Great play, or great return. And are we back with?
There we go. So I think the referee just told him there's 10 seconds left. They have to bring on an additional player. They have to bring on KJ Wynn. So KJ Huck in the backfield with Alan Lee. There's going to be either delay of game or a false start by Roddy Collins from the looks of things, where everybody's pointing. There we go.
False start.
There we go. That's a false start.
It's Morton getting ready to Morton the Cats again.
We are getting some grief from the Aztecs players on the sideline. All right, so here we go. After the false start, we're lined up with trips. Snap is low, but that ball goes out. And he
coughed up.
That is.
It looks like he's dived on by a cat there.
Well, the question is, was that an incomplete pass?
Yeah.
I think that's going to be looked at as an incomplete pass.
Yeah. We'll see.
Right there, Tyreek Johnson does not make a football move, in my estimation. Now, if they are saying that he did catch that ball, then this is going to be a fumble. That looks like it was recovered by the Aztecs.
Incomplete pass, they just signaled it.
That is an incomplete pass. We have Tyreek Johnson does catch the ball, but does not make a football move before it is coughed up. So that's viewed as an incomplete pass.
We just had the guy blow the whistle from the sideline here. Oh, it's a 2-minute warning. No. We're just waiting for the ref to confirm what the minutes are.
So that was just a 2-minute warning. 1 minute 57 seconds left in the game. The Cambridgeshire Cats, 2nd and 15 in their own territory. That ball's thrown to Aaron Wheatley, and he's got a good angle on Dom Donahue.
What a move from
that
Wheatley.
Tackle by Josh Ricketts, but he had a great angle on Dom Donahue there, unfortunately. Gets to the outside. But Aaron Wheatley, we've been waiting for him to get loose. I've said his name a few times. He's been the past returner for the past 2 or 3 kick returns.
So 1 minute 42 seconds, timeout called here from the Cats. Just a little bit of time management in play to see if they can get a second score, which would be awesome.
And I mean, you know, there is a chance that they are just trying to put as much on film as possible. They're in a situation where this game is out of hand at this point in time.
Yeah.
They can put things on film that they want to review. Maybe there's some plays that they're at the bottom of their play calling sheet just to see what works, see what players can make an impact, so that at their next home game, when they have more bodies, they know what works. We've got a question of whether that was a horse collar. It looks like his jersey was just grabbed and ripped off rather than grabbing the pad itself.
Yeah, so that was a swinging movement. It's a shunting movement.
Down from, yes.
It's like, you know, putting pressure on the lower back.
To line up with Trips to close side. That ball is thrown out to KJ Hucks. KJ Hucks out in the open field.
Oh, well done, KJ.
Makes Josh Ricketts miss and absolutely runs through JB. KJ Hucks trying to get loose.
It looks like they've just called another timeout. What a great play there from the Cats.
That was a great play. So throw out into the flats. KJ Hutz goes one-on-one with Josh Ricketts, makes him miss. And then absolutely runs through the Aztecs corner there, JB.
1 minute, 22 seconds left. Referee there just confirming. I think the Cats have got one more timeout left because we had 2 minute warning, timeout. Yeah, the Cats have got one more timeout left. And plenty of time, really. Where are they? Ball's around the 24-yard line, maybe 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for them. We can tell
that's another low snap. That ball's thrown towards. Oh man, there we go.
Hey!
Tyreek Johnson.
Johnson gets a touchdown.
Tyreek Johnson goes up 50-50 ball, takes that ball away from JB. Rips it out of his hands, ends up in the end zone. They get their second score. And that's a really good job by Tyreek Johnson. Been waiting to see that all day. Been waiting to get him an opportunity to go up and get the ball. He comes down with it and scores.
So it looks like the Cats have called a timeout again here. I don't understand that on a PAT.
Are they going to have a PAT? Their QB's on the field. Probably go for 2 here.
Oh, it's 1st down.
Oh, that wasn't a touchdown?
It looked like a touchdown.
I thought that was a touchdown.
Man, I'm gonna take the
Apologies.
points off the board. Sorry, guys.
Apologies. We thought that was a touchdown. That
They
looked like it
celebrated
was a touchdown.
I
I guess he must have stepped out of bounds. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
That's another low snap. The ball's... That's an incomplete pass by Allen.
Whoa.
Apologies there.
Well, it was a weird one, wasn't it? Like
We can't see from this side that he stepped out of bounds. It did look like he ended up in the end zone. And the way they celebrated as well.
Yeah.
57 seconds left in the game. Last timeout taken by the Cambridgeshire. Oh, no, hold on. That was a touchdown.
What? Oh, yeah, because they did a kickoff.
Okay, so that was a touchdown, and then they went
were going
for 2.
for 2. God, sorry, guys. That's right, 13.
Oh, yeah.
7
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
They were 7 up. They had 7 points.
Apologies. There's a bit. We don't know everything here. We can't really. We thought that was a touchdown, but then it looked like it wasn't a touchdown. But yeah, no. So everything I say about Tyreek Johnson stands.
Well, that's what I'm saying about the timeout on the PAT, which we did see. That sounded like a weird thing to do. Why did they do that? But anyway. And I don't know what this dude said. Where did he say it? We can tell the Cats have no... Yeah, we know the Cats have no chance of catching up. I don't know why someone said that, but a little bit of love for the Cats. Great job.
There we go. That's the kickoff by William Browning, fielded by Tim Lucas. Haven't called his name in a while. Tim Lucas looking to find a crease. Just 2 guys to make miss.
Oh, what a run.
Doesn't quite get there, but Tim Lucas returns this all the way to the Cats' 34-yard line or 33-yard line. Now, there's got to be seconds left on the clock.
Yeah,
We're talking about 30, 33, maybe 34 seconds left on the clock at this
just
point.
From the ref. So last time out from Bristol.
20 seconds remaining.
20 seconds.
20 seconds remaining.
Can they put points on the board?
100%.
Woo! Will they put points on the board?
1,000%.
Look at this, sunshine.
All right, here we go. Double, so everyone is spread out. Ball is snapped. It's a 4-man rush. Benzie has loads of time. Now he's forced to scramble. He can't get out of bounds. Doesn't make any difference.
Loss of yards on that play. Well, it looked like he had about +1 at one point, but
Yeah,
turned it back round and lost a bit more yards.
that's going to be the game, it looks like.
Yeah.
Nothing on that.
There we go, full time here. Sorry, someone just having a laugh with us. How amateur we are. We did a great. We were great. No matter what anyone says, this was a good game. And what are your thoughts, T?
So the scoreline tells one story, but I have to say, hat off to the Cambridgeshire Cats. Have come out here with 22 players, have a bunch of playmakers who really did a good job today. Put a lot of good things on film.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens through the rest of the season, I think they've got some players to really, really watch.
So this is an interesting one. So let's say, and I'm talking completely hypothetically here, because their return game against the Cats, the Cheetahs, there's only a 2-point margin in it, right?
Right.
So they could put the Cheetahs in the relegation zone.
Right. Okay.
But let's just say hypothetically the Cats end up in the relegation spot. There's a playoff game for the team.
That's true. That's new this year.
They're going to give whoever, like if it's them,
Yes.
they're a tough team to beat. For a Div 1 team to come along and try and beat them is going to be a tall order, right? So I think it's like, and I did speak to Russ Begbie, their head coach, last week, and said, if you guys get in that game, will you play it? Because there's talk of, you'll just that team will just forfeit. And he went, absolutely, we'll play it. He was like almost insulted about the fact that I even asked him.
You asked that question.
But and I like that. Like these guys have got a fighting spirit, and they've got some talent. And
they have a lot of talent.
And I look forward to seeing how the rest of their. I mean, the game that they play against the Cheetahs, the next game is going to be brilliant. But let's focus on the winners here. The Aztecs. They get the win. They move to what's that? 4-0, 3-0.
4-1.
Oh, 4-1. Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. Lost the game, didn't you? I remember that. What's next for the Aztecs? Who have you guys got?
The Aztecs have the London Blitz next week. It's going to be at Dings again, so another 5 p.m. kickoff here at Dings.
And we won't be here for that because I'm on a stag do.
Love that. I'm at a wedding.
Hilarious, isn't it? So if I could pick a game to live stream, it would be that one. Because I mean,
the first fixture was a great game.
Yeah,
Blitz in to the half 7-0 up.
Yeah, Tebbs isn't available. He's got ELF. I'm not available. So no live streams for us. I think for a couple of weeks now on Sport Tank. So we'll be starving you of live streams for a little bit, but we will be back. Hopefully we'll have more great games. This one hopefully was entertaining for you. Thank you so much to my co-commentator today, T.
It was a lot of fun.
You're welcome back anytime, my friend.
Thank you very much.
And good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And tell 2 friends to tell 2 friends to watch this back. Cheers.